pretty good on the side there, but what concern do you have about his availability for Sunday?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to practice him today either. We're going to continue to work with him on the side, and I think tomorrow is going to tell us a lot. I don't want to push it today, so I think we'll know a lot more after tomorrow morning.
This is something that happened during the game, and he was able to finish that game with.
Happened during the game, was able to finish it, and then like a lot of these injuries, man, you can get through, and then then the irritation begins. No different than kind of what had happened to Decker. He was able to get through that Kansas City game, but then it's, the residual effect. So that's what happens with a lot of these guys.
Branch, obviously, a little bit different. Doesn't have the experience to lean on. So is it safe to assume that he won't play? And is there a concern it'll extend much beyond this week?
Yeah, there's a little bit. Don't feel as good about him this weekend, but there again, I don't think it's this long term, that's why we didn't put him on IR. So, we're hopeful for Tampa, but we'll just have to play it by ear.
What about Josh Reynolds?
Yeah, he seems to be doing pretty good, and we'll know a lot more about him today as well, but he felt better yesterday.
How much is a game like last night's, where a Chicago team that's lost 14 in a row and 0-4 goes in and kind of puts that thumping on a Washington team? How much can you use that kind of current event to I guess remind your team of the any given Sunday kind of attitude with the winless team coming in here?
Yeah, I think we talk about it all the time, and we've lived it. We've been there. We know what that's like. There's enough of us who've been here. And know what it's like when you're trying to find that win. You've lost a few, and you're doing everything you can as players and as coaches to find a way to get that first one. So we expect their best shot. Those guys are over there preparing, and for us, kind of what setting the stage early in the week was about just our own improvement. And we're in a race to improve with everybody in this league, and the ones who can improve the fastest are the ones that begin to make a rise in October. So, it goes without saying, if you don't show up and you play sloppy football, you turn the ball over, you don't get takeaways, you're not where you're supposed to be, your odds of losing go way up.
Just one thing on the Branch injury. How did Will Harris play last week? Just in I guess in the little bit that he's played this year. And then part two, you are getting Mosley back. Could Jerry play inside at all if need be? I mean, what options do you have there, I guess?
Yeah, so Will, other than, the one right before the fourth quarter there, he did a good job for us. Will's somebody we got a lot of trust in. He's banked a lot of nickel reps. And there again, Will not only to be able to play nickel, but also outside corner, safety in a pinch. He's just got so much versatility for us. So that's good. We got other options too. I don't necessarily see the first move being Jerry goes inside. I do see us. We want to get Mosley some reps here, and get him going a little bit. But certainly that's going to be Jerry out there most of this game. And really, it could be E-Man out there for Cam on a couple of reps too. I mean, we're not quite there yet, but I know this. We want to get Mosley going a little bit.
Really small sample size, and nothing extraordinarily long, but Riley Patterson is 5 for 5. That was just on field goals. It was an area that we talked about, wondered if there was some concern there. Just your level of confidence in him and the way that he's kicked the ball so far this year.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's doing exactly what we expect him to do. And when he's been called upon to make those kicks, he's been nailing them. So got a lot of confidence in him, and he's doing a good job for us.
Dan, kind of following up on Justin's question about what the Bears were able to do last night in Washington and any given Sunday, whatever in the NFL. Your team has played a lot of really big games. They've been very high for those games. Mm-hmm. Is there a certain kind of message of guarding against, Sunday at 1 o'clock against a winless Carolina team that needs to go into this? Does that not enter your thought?
No, I think as long as we approach this, and which we've all talked about, man, we have our own standards here, and it doesn't matter who you play. It doesn't matter what they look like, what we look like, who's up for us, what the conditions are. Like, we got to go. We should look like a hungry team, man. We should be hungry for a win, and it doesn't matter who you play. And so, to me, that hunger should show again, offense, defense, special teams, and then we should see improvement. we need to see improvement across the board from where we've been over the last 4 weeks. There's some things, obviously we did really well at Green Bay, but there's so many little things that we needed to clean up, and we shouldn't see those again, those issues that got us a little bit in that last game. So I think that's the trick, is every week we're growing from those experiences. It's just about us handling our business. Let's handle our business, and we got to be patient on offense, and defense we got to show up. And I think that is the point of emphasis.
How has Jameson assimilated himself back to practice this week?
And let me say that it's going to be a dogfight. I mean, this team's not, and I say that every week. I mean, they're not going to just come in here and give a win away. They're coming in here to fight. I mean, and that's why I bring up the point. We know exactly what this is. We've been there, done that, man. When you're scratching, clawing for everything you can possibly get, you lost 4 in a row. I mean, I know exactly what they're thinking. So we'll be ready. What's that?
Jameson, just how he's assimilated himself back to practice this
Yeah,
week.
he's doing a good job, man. He's coming right in. Been one of the guys, putting the work in. It's good to have him back.
There was a moment during last game after one of Jerry's interceptions, and Dre Bly was real fired up, kind of going forehead to forehead with him. Just what's, I guess, stood out about his passion and the way he's able to connect with that unit and contribute to its success?
Yeah, Bly's a real passionate guy, and he coaches those guys up. He does, really everything he does is, he gets his hands dirty, man. He gets right in there, and he teaches a technique physically, shows what he's looking for from those guys. I think they got a lot of respect for him, and and he's a high energy, he's a good motivator, and I think he gives those guys just some tools they can use, really for each and every one of those guys, because they're all different. Cam's different than Jerry's different than E-Man, and across the board, Lukey, all of them will. So he's been a good asset for us.
One more on Amon-Ra, Dan. It's always next man up in the NFL, and you've got a lot of interchangeable pieces in that receiving core. We talk all the time, but Amon-Ra is different in terms of just consistently how impactful he is in your game plan. So when you got a guy that's maybe true 50-50, whether to play or not, how difficult is it to game plan in the week, just given how important of a piece he is to what you do offensively?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's when the potential of not having a guy like Saint, it makes it hard, because he's a very productive, impactful player for us, and above all, he's very dependable. He's very dependable. You don't have to worry about him being where he's supposed to be to do the job he's supposed to do, and that's run and pass game. I mean, there's so many things that people don't even notice about him that he does behind the scenes, whether it's opening up a teammate in the pass game or blocking for the running backs. I mean, he's just he's very productive for us. So, it's not. But the good news is that we feel like there again, man, we're by committee here, and we're going to use all the pieces we have, all the resources if he's not able to go, and because we've got enough. We got Demo, we got Gibbs, we got Laporta, we got J. Ray, Marv. So we've got plenty here. You get J-Mo back, so. We'll spread that ball around, and we've got something for a little bit of everybody, and it's just when their number gets called, they got to show up, and our players got to show up this week, man. You get the ball in your hand, you got to make something happen. You got to secure the football.
Just one thing about Carolina, maybe ties into that. I know they're 0-4 or whatever, but their defense has played pretty well.
Played well.
What is it about their pass rush and their defense?
Well, 95, that's part of it. Burns, that's part of it. Luvu, that's part of it. These guys are difference makers. They're productive rushers. They're explosive. They got length. Burns has got speed and then moves off of it. So, they got some dudes, man. They got some dudes, and they play hard. So, this defense is playing good football right now. And this coordinator mixes up his looks, his fronts, his coverages. You're not going to get the same thing twice. He's going to keep you guessing. And so, this defense is playing at a high level.
When it comes to your pass rush after Seattle, you said it was the little things that was bothering you. You guys had to kind of tighten things up. Mm-hmm. Since then, it's been explosive. The numbers have been there. How much do teaching moments like that, now that you can reflect just a few weeks back, how much has that contributed to the last couple of weeks?
Look, I think it always helps because you can show it, and we've shown it in the meetings. after Atlanta, after Green Bay, it's just another lesson into, hey man, look what happens when we all do our job, you know, and everybody's unselfish, and you just handle your responsibility and look what happens, and it's really everybody's in on it, you know, and we're getting a lot of production, and the more we get inside, like out of Mac, for example, the more you really see Hutch shine. You know, it's taking stress off some of these other guys, and vice versa. You see Charles, you know, you see Barnes, you see Alex, you see Campbell, you know, so they're all playing off each other, and but they're all doing their job, and it's important.
It's Big B, how's he practice this week? Is he trending more toward playing Sunday, and how good will he get the 5 back again?
Yeah, he's getting better. We're hopeful that we'll have him for this game, some capacity.
Thank you, guys.